Alright, PCC, Chef Ben here again. I'm going to show you a couple other things to do with your Thanksgiving leftovers. We talked about the turkey noodle soup as being one of the, I feel like my mom always made that. And I just wanted to do something different. So I'm going to show you two different things we can do to still be used to make soup with all your leftovers. The first one we're going to do is a sweet potato soup. Second one we're going to do is a turkey and dumplings that we're going to take the leftover stuffing and we're going to do those as dumplings with some of your turkey in there. So real simple things we have. So we have our leftover sweet potatoes. We have a little bit of mirepoix, which you might have leftover, which anytime I say mirepoix, carrots, onions, and celery that you're probably using to put into your stuffing or to roast your turkey. We have a little bit of shaved Brussels sprouts left over from yesterday, a little bit of white wine, a little bit of saffron. It gives a nice color, but also a little floral to the turkey and dumpling soup. We have leftover turkey scraps. We have a little bit of our stuffing, which the only thing I added here was a little bit of egg to it. Helps it bind, but we're going to use this for the dumplings. And then, again, a little bit of your cranberry sauce. Cranberry sauce, you always have it left over. So trying to find ways to use it up. We're going to use this as a little garnish for our sweet potato soup. So I'm going to show you how easy this is to do. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take this pan here, a little bit of oil. We're going to saute up a little bit of onions here. Now we're going to do two things at once here just to show how easy and quick this can be. So I've got another pot here. We're going to start our turkey dumpling. So again, same process. A little bit of oil. For this one, a little different. We're going to go in carrots and celery first, just because they take a little bit longer to cook. So I want them to be in there a little bit longer of time. Those in there. Always going to season up with a little bit of salt as we start going. Want to flavor all through the steps of it. I'll let those go here a little bit. And if you see next to me, I have this nice turkey stock. So every time you're roasting turkey, you get those drippings. It can be as easy as taking the bottom of that pan, adding some water to it, cooking it for 30 minutes, and you have a nice little turkey stock. Or you take all those bones, put them into a pot, cover them in water, throw whatever vegetables, herbs you have, let that go for 3 or 4 hours, and then you have a nice stock like this, and it's a nice base for our soup. So I just have this warm, I don't have to do much to it. So I'm getting a little bit of color on my onions here for the sweet potato soup, and like I said, this is how easy this soup is. The sweet potatoes go in. We're going to add a little bit of apple cider, which I'm sure you got a little bit of that left over. That's just kind of loosening all this up. Now, you can do this vegetarian, you can do a vegetable stock, you could do water. I have the turkey stock here, so I'm going to add the turkey to it. I'm going to add a couple ladles of the turkey to it. Just give it a little bit of stir. And we're going to let that come up to a boil before we start to do anything else to it. Now over here, we're sweating all our vegetables. We're going to add our onions into this. We're going to let those sweat a little bit. Now again, any of the turkey noodle soup or the turkey dumpling, you can add whatever you have laying around. So if you have mushrooms, you can put that in there. We have Brussels sprouts. If you have green beans, put those in at the end. There's no rhyme or reason. You're just kind of using up everything that tastes good, so put it in the soup. I got a little bit of white wine here and a little bit of saffron. We're going to add that to the plate. We're going to let that come down by half. So our sweet potato soup, we're just going to let basically simmer for about 10-15 minutes, stirring it every once in a while so it doesn't stick on the bottom. If you think it's a little thick, just add a little bit more of your turkey stock or a little bit of water. All right, we're going to let that sit. We're going to focus a little bit onto our turkey dumpling soup. So I got that white wine just reducing by half. I have some roasted Brussels sprouts. I'm going to add some roasted Brussels sprouts in there. We shaved them down. And then I got this great stock here, full of flavor, so we're just going to add this to it. let that simmer. Again, I'm going to add a little bit of salt to it. I have all the turkey. Turkey can go right in. And look at that. Look how much, 5 minutes, how we've just built this really awesome soup. Now, as we talked about earlier, so I have our stuffing. This is a cornbread stuffing. And what I did is just basically took the leftover stuffing that we had. I mixed in a little bit of eggs to it and a little bit of turkey gravy. And then all you have to do is just kind of scoop out. And then you're just going to add that right into your broth and just simmer it in your broth. So you can do big balls if you want. So I can take this, I can roll them up, float them in there. Now at this point you just want to simmer it, just so that those cook all the way through. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper to it. And this soup's ready to go. So I'm going to now pull this off, just let it kind of sit here for a little bit. I'm going to go back to our sweet potato soup. Depending on how you like it, and I like it really smooth, that's where I use a food processor or a blender, something, or a hand blender, just to get it nice and smooth. So that's the only thing we're going to do. We're going to puree this, and then we're going to plate it up. So we've let our soup simmer for a few minutes. The sweet potato soup we went into a blender with to get it really nice and smooth. So now in the 15 minutes we were able to put together 2 soups. They're really going to impress all your friends and family. So we're going to just plate this one simple. So this is a sweet potato soup. And again, as I said, depending on how you like your soup, thick or thinner, you can always add a little bit more liquid to it. And then with your cranberry, just a little bit of cranberry right in the center. You have a nice sweet potato soup. Then we have our turkey and dumpling. You see these nice big dumplings here. Scoop them out. That's kind of always the key. Trying to get a couple different dumplings there. You have quite a bit of turkey in there. You have this kind of nice hearty soup, using up all leftovers for your Thanksgiving dinner. So again, simple, using the products you already have. Basically it comes down to make that turkey stock with your leftover turkey. If you have the turkey stock, you can take and you can make something that'll blow your friends away and not be the same old turkey noodle soup. You have a sweet potato, you have a turkey and dumplings. Enjoy.